dirty. And we do have... Wow!
Oh no!
You gotta be kidding
Oh
me.
my goodness!
Last week at Pocono, we witnessed a little bit of history. Guillermo Vidal finally scoring his first win of the season. However, the party's over and it's now time to go back to business. And this week, these drivers will have to face what can only be considered North America's answer to Spa-Francorchamps. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to qualifying for round 19 of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series. Hello everybody, my name is Alex Vitale, and yeah, that's basically all you need to know about last week's race at Pocono Raceway. Guillermo Vidal, thanks to a late race restart helped by overtime, finally got his first win of the season. After so many second places and getting the moniker of Mr. Second Place, he finally got his car to victory lane. He finally put his name on the board. So, yeah, congratulations on Guillermo Vidal and Checkered Flag Motorsport for the result. But, yeah, from Pocono to yet another road course in Road America. Now, Road America needs really no introductions. Everybody knows what Road America, at least everybody should have a rough idea of what Road America is. As I said, it can be considered the answer of North America to Spa-Francorchamps, minus the one detail that I shall not go explaining for obvious reasons, and a very fast track and a very long track, possibly one of the longest on the calendar, possibly the longest on the calendar if we don't count. I think possibly the longest on the calendar, but I don't remember at the top of my head how long are Austin and Watkins Glen if we're going to use the boot section for Watkins Glen like we did last year. I assume we do, but I don't know. But yeah, a very long track. So, and as per usual, these drivers don't have much time to don't have much time to score a lap. So a good lap is going to be crucial here. You can almost say this is basically a hot lap session for both pre-qualifying and qualifying, because of how long this track is and how much little time these guys have to score time. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting qualifying session, pre-qualifying and qualifying session. And speaking of pre-qualifying, it's, as you'd expect, usual suspect, -1. Carson Miller. Yeah, Carson Miller has managed to get out of the pre-qualifying rut, and he will start the race by default. So at least he's guaranteed to make the field. And for the first time in a little while, we're actually going to have a part-time driver. That this time is going to be just Skep Silver. And as we stated, Alexander Rowe now is driving the full-time car in the full-time ride in the 59 car with Bernard Oliveira leaving. So, and here Joel Noah-Caleb-Rose have announced a replacement for Alexander Rowe. I say both guys because they technically co-own the 90 ride in the PSRA at least. So yeah, and of course there's also William Donuts for my team, but they decided not to field them, maybe for the next race, but who knows. But anyway, Skep Silver will be in the field. Of course he will pre-qualify because he is out of the top 35, as you would expect from a part-time driver. But outside of Arbor Gardner will be the one replacing Carson Miller today in pre-qualifying. So outside of those two guys, it's gonna be the usual suspects. So yeah, not much to say here, and we've pretty much said everything that has to be said. So let's get on with pre-qualifying, shall we, folks? And Tanner Pardon will be the first one out on pit road alongside Jack Haas, and Haas beats Pardon to the punch. And yeah, as you can notice, we've extended the time for pre-qualifying to 10 minutes, because if we did 5 minutes, now these drivers will be able to score time because of just how long this track is. So for this race, we extended the pre-qualifying time to 10 minutes. But in the meantime, but even still, with the extended time, This track is so long that I doubt any of them would actually have many opportunities to score a good time. Maybe 2 or 3, but that's basically it. And of course, with America, a track that has hosted, in the meantime, Tanner Pardon and Jack Haas already trying to possibly tease what will happen in the race should both of these guys qualify. In the meantime, rest in peace, Speedwell Bridge. Yes, because as it was revealed, for the IndyCar race, the real-life IndyCar race here in America, the Speedwell Bridge has been removed and has been replaced by a Velo sponsorship. Velo being the sponsor of McLaren in IndyCar, one of the sponsors of McLaren IndyCar. But yeah. As for again, real life in Road America in real life, it has hosted plenty of racing series. Road America, of course, had hosted the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series, and of course, they also host the Cup Series in 2021 and 2022, and before being replaced by, I believe, the Chicago Street Course. The Chicago Street Course was the race that replaced Road America in the calendar. And of course, it has hosted IndyCar races in both the car days and in the post-reunification / modern era of IndyCar. In the meantime, Haas and Pardon started their lap times. Through the Sargento Bridge they go. After, of course, after this long, well, I'm gonna say straight, but very long section, our break into a bunch of slower corners. I mean, that would actually work as a DRS zone. Actually, I mean, pretend that Formula 1 is going to race here, even though it's extremely unlikely. Not extremely unlikely, just sort of impossible. I mean, the main straight would absolutely be the first DRS zone. That would be the second DRS zone, and after the carousel, that would be a third DRS zone. Yes, I honestly believe that this track could have 3 DRS zones. I mean, Australia has them, so why not this track, actually? Alright, after this corner, I could potentially see a third DRS zone here. Now let's focus on cars that do not have DRS in this series, in stock cars. Jack Haas and the Tanner Pardon are going to complete their first lap. Through Haas and the Pardon go to the main straight, very long and uphill. There it goes, and Haas scores a 2:05. Pardon will score a 2:06. Gardner still has to score his lap. Bradley Ream 2:05 flat for the Dracoan car. Bradley Ream has taken the lead of the operations. There is Samad Askin. For the main straight, Askin goes. Let's see what time is he going to do. And Askin scores a 2:50. So right now top of the leaderboard. Let's look at Scap Silver's first race in the PSRLA in a very, very good while. Silver is at the last couple of corners. Corner and into the main straight, and let's see what time Silver is going to do. Right now Pardon is last of the drivers that scored a time. Let's see. Skep Silver, 2.204 for Skep Silver. So running out top of the leaderboards. Let's look at Hunter Mendoza. Silver has taken the lead of the operations. Let's see what time Mendoza is going to do. And 2:05 for Mendoza. That's gonna send Parton out of pre-qualifying, and RB Gardner. But Gardner should be scoring a time. Yeah, he's pretty much about to. Right behind the duo of Haas and Parton. And Haas 4th best time. Parton is in 5th. Let's check out Gardner's time. 7th for Gardner. And Ream is in 3rd. 2 minutes 2:45 left on the clock. There's Oskin. Right now Oskin is in 2nd. Does he have enough speed to take away Silver's pole? And almost 3 tenths slower, but he definitely did better this time by quite a margin. Let's look at Skep Silver. Right now he'd be qualified, and both Mendoza and Gardner will be out of pre-qualifying. They will not be making the race. Let's see what Silver is going to do. Uphill he goes. And Silver 2:03 for Skep Silver. Almost a second faster than Sam Oskin. So I guess that's pretty much his pole position, his pole time. That's pretty much him locked to the main qualifying. The same cannot be said here for Hunter Mendoza, who's next in line. 1 minute 20 left on the clock. And Mendoza scores not a better time. So right now he's still, him and Gardner will be out of the weekend. 1 minute left on the clock, 60 seconds left. Let's see what time is Haas going to do. And no better time for Haas, no better time for Silver. So, pardon. Let's see, Gardner. Gardner goes in 3rd. Now goes in 4th because Ream better this time. So right now, Haas is on the bubble, while Pardon and Mendoza will be out. 30 seconds left on the clock. Saman Oskan, who also looks to have looks like that his spot in qualifying is safe. Let's see what time is he going to do. And not better time for the Swedish driver of Turk origins. Let's see if Silver is going to better his time again. Although I can actually go faster than 2:02. Actually, I can go faster and get to the down the 2:03s. But again, this is a Vision Motorsports car, and Vision Motorsport has been one of the better teams. So yeah, I was one of the best Chevy teams. And the answer, it looks to be no. Still nothing. Let's look at Hunter Mendoza. Right now, Mendoza is in last and out of the weekend. Let's see what time Mendoza is going to do. And no better time. Not he does better this time, but is still in last. Let's see if Haas can get out of the bubble. And the answer looks to be nope. So actually no. Gardner went Actually, no, Pardon went second fastest. So right now Haas is out of pre-qualifying. That's gonna send Gardner back into the bubble. So right now Haas and Mendoza will be out of pre-qualifying, will be out of the weekend. In the meantime, let's check out Simon Oskin. I have no idea what Pardon pulled that time, but I'm guessing it thanks to the draft from Jack Haas. Let's see Oskin, currently in third. No better time for the Swedish driver. And unless something big happens, just like what happened, that should be it for pre-qualifying. So, Skep Silver, Tanner Pardon, Simon Oskin, Bradley Ream and Aubrey Garner will make it to the main event, while unfortunately Jack Haas and Arthur Mendoza will be out. Let's see if Silver can pull one last miracle in this last second of qualifying. And the answer looks to be no, but it doesn't really matter. The guy is firmly in the main event. And in fact, that'll be it for pre-qualifying. And Skep Silver, Tanner Pardon by at the very last minute is in second. Simon Oskin, Bradley Ream and Aubrey Gardner will be in the main event. And unfortunately, Jack Haas and Anton Mendoza will have to pack their bags early. They are out of the rest of the weekend. And with that, see you in qualifying. And Bruno Di Giacomo will be the first one out on pit road. Let's see if other drivers are going to follow him suit. Troy Williams Jr. Then is another checkered flag car in Andrew Williams, the other Williams. Then is Alex Rowe and Zane Davidson. Then is Zachary Fitzwater and Ang Gutierrez, and is in Gutierrez's team and Fitzwater's team in Jeffrey Finguy. As Giacomo makes it to the corner here. Other drivers are leaving the pits. You saw there Danny Johnson leaving. You saw there, I think it was Harrison that was leaving. So Gardner, Oskin, and Giacomo Ward are also leaving as well. There's Williams Jr. Actually, Alexander Rowe, who I believe is his first time racing a Road America in the PSRLA, because I doubt that he was in any of the lower series. I actually don't remember if he was in the Cup series last year, but I think it wasn't. I could be wrong. In fact, I'm probably wrong, but yeah, whatever. Of course, first taste of road course racing for the new driver of the 59 car, at least in the PSRLA. As Di Giacomo is going to start his lap time. There we go. There's Reggie Fogelman and Avery Alford in the background leaving the pits, the last drivers to leave the pits. You saw there Ryan Little passing by. As Di Giacomo goes through the Sargento Bridge, and as he rechristened the second DRS zone, unofficially the second DRS zone. Hard brake, and then a left. So right now, Charlie Davenport is the first one to have a time on the board, but of course that's just a banker lap, the banker lap, so doesn't really count. Those are all banker laps. And Silver is actually the fastest of the banker laps. Then is Davenport, then is Spartan, and then is Genius D'Amelio in 4th. Of course, the real times are going to start in just a few minutes. As Gardner does another banker lap. So basically all the drivers from the worst teams on the grid, the ones that were largely ignored, except for Silver, they were largely ignored by their team owners before we switched them. And yes, that also includes, no, that does not include Blaine Keys. Of course, Blaine Keys joined for, neither does Anthony Nicol, almost at Avery Alford. In the meantime, DiGiacomo round the final corner and into the main straight to score his first proper time. With 5:10 left on the clock right now, and DiGiacomo is going to score 2:04.44 for DiGiacomo. There's Alford, who still has to do a lap. There's Andrew Williams, Troy Williams Jr. Andrew Williams is right behind them. The two Williamses. And 2:03.4 Troy Williams Jr. What the other Williams is going to do? 2:02.9 for Andrew Williams. There's Alexander Rowe. And Rowe, 3rd time for now. There's Davidson, 4th time. There's Gutierrez and Fitzwater. Gutierrez does his 4th. Well, Fitzwater is in 7th. Davenport is in 8th. Finn Guy is in 5th. 5th time for Finn Guy. There's Bradley Ream. Or now Skep Silver. Now Skep Silver has been kicked out by the top 10 by Ream. In the meantime, there's Spartan, D'Amelio, Egan, Silver, and Crown Jr. There's Paris, there's Carrison. Now there's Justin Paris scored the 5th best time. Carrison is in 3rd. And Koshmer is in 5th. There's Johnson. Johnson is in 13th. There's Gardner and Duncan Ward. There's Carson Miller. There's Sustry, Oskin, Ayers, Evans, and Monaco. There's Neely. There's Torres, Keys, Stapleton, the last winner of a road course, and right now he has the 6th best time. There's Anderson, there's Nicol, there's Movedel, last week's winner at Pocono. There's Skylar Taylor. Taylor is in 6th. So right now, the top 10 is the two Williamses of Andrew Williams, Troy Williams Jr. Then is Jonathan Carrison, Alexander Rowe, Philip Torres, Skylar Taylor, Nathan Stapleton, Blaine Keys. Now it's Tom Sloan, and then the 57 of Joshua Neely. There's Brendan Beal and Ryan Little. And DiGiacomo, who's now back in the top 10. Let's see what times Alpha is going to do. And not in the top 10. Let's see Fogelman time. Fogelman is in 12th. Williams, better this time, 2:03.34, the 96 car, but no, but still 2nd. No better time for Andrew Williams. Rowe better this time, is now back to 3rd for Alexander Rowe. Davidson is still out of the top 10. Currently he is in 14th. There's Gutierrez. Gutierrez is now in 10th, in 2nd. 2:03.14, the Mexican now, never mind now. Fitzwater is in 2nd. There's Finn Guy. Finn Guy is out of the top 10. Currently he is in 21st. There's Spartan, there's Egan, Crown, and D'Amelio. None of them in the top 10 right now. So Egan is in, where is Egan? Is in 29th. Crown is in 26th. D'Amelio is in 34th. There's also Silver. Silver is in, and Silver almost goes wide to avoid all of them. Silver is in 39th. But in the meantime, more drivers are coming in. All single file, basically. So right now, the top 10 is there's Stapleton. Stapleton is out of the top 10 as Torres now goes now back in 4th place. That's gonna send the 21 of Kalsashra into the edge of the top 10. There's Movedel. Movedel is 17th currently. There's Tom Sloan. So right now the top 10 is Williams, Fitzwater, Gutierrez, Stapleton, Andrew Williams Jr., Trevor Williams Jr., Rowe, Carrison, Neely, Torres, and Sastry. Brandon Beal and Ryan Little. Beal is in 23rd, while Little is in 13th. There is the Giacomo again. Right now the Giacomo is 17th. As now Troy Williams Jr. goes back to second place. Still a bit of time for Andrew Williams. Let's see Alexander Rowe. He's dropped down to 6th, but still a good result for the 59 car. Davidson, not at the top 10. He is down in 20th. At the edge of the top 20, actually. Gutierrez is in 4th. Now Fitzwater is now down in 3rd. There's Jeffrey Finguy. Finguy and Finguy currently is in 28th, while Davenport is in 38th. Because this group of cars who actually haven't managed to get out of each other. There's Crown pretty much teasing what the race will look like with D'Amelio. There's Justin Perez. Perez currently is in 18th. There's Jonathan Carrison. Our Koshmar and Danny Johnson. Arbor Gardner, who is in 35th. As qualifying is in its final stages. So right now to say the top 10 currently is Andrew Williams, Troy Williams Jr., Zachary Fitzwater, Andrew Gutierrez, Nathan Stapleton. Then is Alexander Rowe, Jonathan Carrison, Joshua Neely, Philip Torres, and Carlos Sastry. But still at the edge of the top 20 is Kelly Taylor is in 11th. Blaine Keys is no, that's Anthony Nicol. Nicol is in 28th. Sloan currently is in 12th behind Taylor. Beal and Little. Let's check out Avery Alford. Alford is in 22nd. And now Jonathan Carries. Now the Reggie Fogelman better this time. Now he's in 7th. And Williams, I think it better this time, but nothing yet. Alexander Rowe is in 6th. Let's see what Davidson is going to do. Davidson is in 21st. That's going to send Torres at the edge of the top 10. The time off Pokemon that put him into 7th. That's going to send Torres at the edge of the top 10 is what I want to say. And that, unless some big miracle happens, that looks to be it. As Spartan leaves the pits, Bryce Egan, the winner at Texas. Egan is in where is Egan? He's in 25th. There's Koshmar and Danny Johnson behind them. That's a voice crack. Koshmar is in 27th. Johnson is in 23rd. There's Gardner and Ward, Sastry and Miller. Where is Kirsten Miller currently? Kirsten Miller is in 33rd. There's Oscar and Evans, and that'll be it for qualifying. And so it'll be a checker flag 1-2 on the race on Saturday with Andrew Williams starting first, and then Troy Williams Jr. Then it will be Zachary Fitzwater, Ann Gutierrez, Nathan Stapleton running at the top 5. Then great result for Alexander Rowe in 6th. Then it will be his teammate in Reggie Fogelman in 7th. Then it will be Jonathan Carrison, Joshua Neely, and Philip Torres running up the top 10. While running up the rear of the field will be Charlie Davenport and Genice D'Amelio. So it will be yet another checkered flag motorsport front row lockout with the two Williams starting first and second. First Andrew Williams and the other Troy Williams Jr. And unfortunately, Charlie Davenport and Genice D'Amelio will be the ones that close up the rear of the field. And as we stated, unfortunately, Jack Haas and Anton Mendoza did not partake to they pre-qualifying, but will not do the rest of the weekend, as they did not qualifying in the top 5 for pre-qualifying during the next race U2. But that was pretty much it for qualifying. So there is literally nothing else to be said other than this has been a special presentation of the 2025 PSRLA Cup Series 45% Network. I'm Alex Vitale, and see you tomorrow for the race. So long, everybody, from North America.